Well, it's summertime, and with summer comes extra time to read. And so I thought I'd give some favorite book titles and books that have helped me this past year, 9 months or so. First, I have a couple devotional books. One for your time with God. One is called The Inner Voice of Love, and it is by Henry Nouwen, who is a Catholic scholar. It says here he was a priest actually, and he just has these short chapters that are really insightful. Just read one a day, touches your heart. Sermon on the Mount by R.T. Kendall. He was in a Westminster Chapel in London. He was a pastor there and a pastor in the U.S. for many years. Great, just basically takes the Sermon on the Mount verse by verse and basically writes an entire chapter over that verse. And so another great thing, just read one of these a day. It'll be really insightful and give you fresh insight on the teachings of Jesus. A couple personal management books. One, Ordering Your Private World. This is by Gordon MacDonald. Also very good. You just take in this and really gives a great idea to what does it look like to live a balanced life, to live in the rhythm of the Spirit. Next, personal favorite of mine, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. It just has basically good advice on how do we manage ourselves, how do we put first things first, how do we prioritize, how do we schedule. This thing has the power to change your life. A couple books on the church. The Purpose-Driven Church is by Rick Warren, kind of a sequel to Purpose-Driven Life, which is a bestseller, obviously. A lot of chapters in this one, really thick. It's basically like a textbook for church planning and church building. And so I definitely recommend it if you are partnering with a church plant or wanting to help your church in the strategy or focus or pastoral teams or even life groups. Huge asset this past year for me, just getting fresh insight on strategies for the church. And then lastly, another church book by our very own Jimmy Seibert. I am actually letting someone borrow the book right now, that's why this is just a piece of paper. But it's a great book. I actually am here in Raleigh, partially because of this book. I was on vacation one time, I was reading through this the summer before Elevate, and as I was reading it, I was just stirred to want to change the world, to really want to give myself to impacting others. And quick review, boom, 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 and boom. Have a good summer. Free throws, too easy.
So, in summary, I would read the cover of most of these. And then, folks, let's get back to the Bible.